if someone came to me and asked for advice on how they could have a good life and how they could empower themselves, I would not tell them to ignore the beauty standards of whatever sex they happen to be into. That is obviously disempowering them. It will mean they have fewer choices, and especially as they get older, they will have fewer choices because they have deliberately chosen not to give people what they want. This is madness. And so I think when people advise, and it's usually like, funnily enough, middle-aged people telling young people this, as if there's no competition between them, that they should ignore beauty standards. They're basically selling them down the river, and they're not empowering them at all. What they're doing is weaponizing them for ideological reasons in an attempt to basically control their competition, right? Of course, I would prefer it if young men didn't adhere to women's beauty standards and all became fat and gross and whatever, because it would make me the fucking winner, right? That's in my interest, isn't it? To encourage younger people, my competition, to let themselves go and not take good care of their appearance, right? But when middle-aged women tell younger women that, surely their intentions are noble and pure. Yeah. So, don't obsess over it. Don't ruin your mental health obsessing over perfecting your image. I don't think that's going to be very fun and empowering either. But don't think that if you ignore what the opposite sex want, it's going to play out well for you in terms of your relationship to whatever sex you're into, because it won't. Being attractive matters, and actually you don't, I'm guessing, want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't find you attractive, so why not? And if you love someone, you're kind of one day going to love this hypothetical person who's going to find you attractive. What is wrong with doing a bit of work for the person that you love, and not overeating and not letting yourself go? What is wrong with wanting to look your best for someone that you hope to love one day? Yeah. I know this is an unpopular opinion and it goes against the norm at the moment, that beauty standards are somehow evil. Well, they're not going anywhere, and every single person who tells you that beauty standards are evil has their own preferences of what they think is attractive and what isn't, which makes the whole thing patently hypocritical and absurd. They judge people based on it. They want to be in relationships with people they find attractive as well. And guess what? If their current partner hadn't conformed to that in some sense, they wouldn't be together, would they? So let's not pretend that beauty standards are something that you can ignore and that will have no consequences for your life. If you want to feel empowered and powerful in relation to whatever sex you're into, well, make yourself attractive for them and let go of this weird entitlement that they're going to love you for what? Your immaterial soul, which is identical in all instances anyway? What are you on? What are you on, you people, honestly? This is pure entitlement, and let's be honest, a lot of it is just justifying vice. It's justifying laziness and gluttony. Yeah, we make it some political thing. Everyone should love me, no matter how lazy and greedy I am. Right, okay. Good luck with that, See how that has worked for the people around you. See who is with the people you want to be with, and see who can't get them. Quit the bullshit. There's so much bullshit, man. with all of this discussion of the dynamic between men and women. And you just need to look at how people actually behave to realize what all of these ideas people talk about, these moral ideals and principles people endlessly argue about on the internet, well, they all add up to diddly squat. Because in the real world, people have beauty standards and they can't even choose not to. This is the other thing, shaming people for beauty, for having preferences. What? As if they could choose to find an unattractive person attractive. What? That's not how it works. Maybe that's the whole fucking point, is that it's this thing from without that works upon us, this process of attraction and falling in love with someone. So, I urge you not to fall for that, not to be seduced by this language of entitlement, that you can basically be as greedy and lazy as you like, and that you're going to be valued as much by other people. You can want that to be true. Hell, we all want that to be true, but it's not true, and it's never going to be true. And no amount of trying to shame everyone into making it true is going to work, I'm afraid. So please accept reality as it is. If you want to be empowered in relation to a particular sex, you might want to consider what that sex wants and give it to them. And if you don't, well, don't be surprised if you have very few options and very little sway and bartering power. It's really not rocket science, is it?